I need you to take a close look. Just take a close look.
There is a nose that is poking out.
It is actually not a nose. What do you think it is? So when one of the things Suzanne and I talked about is that she says, what do you need me to do? And I said, Suzanne, you just put your finger in the dam all the time. Every time there's a hole, every time it swings a leak, there's Suzanne. And so there's her finger.
Beautiful.
But that's what it is. I remember putting on a slide one time for a department meeting because Suzanne just plugs holes anywhere she's needed. And I've been so appreciative of that. And of course, she came over. This is going to go in my mouth instead. To my team as part of the facets, implementation. She rescued us on middleware and migration and all kinds of things, and then did the migration thing again 8 years later. And then, just continually taking on projects, taking on responsibilities. And as everybody said, you are just a delight to work with. And it's not just you have knowledge, you use it in a really good way. Use it to help other people, you're thinking, and we always complimented each other because you think one way and I'll think another, and between the two of us, we would get it. And so you've just been a tremendous, team member, but also just partner with me and friend to me too. So I just really gonna miss you. Glad you're down the street. Because that's where we do our one-on-ones. We just go down and have tea at Suzanne. So anyway, but so appreciate Suzanne everything, not just on our team that you've contributed, but over many years you've contributed to Care First. So I feel obligated to say thanks from Care First too, not just from me, but the time that you've spent, the things that you've built. The problems you've solved, seeing Flux through implementations, and that goes way back to vouchers and all kinds of other things too, as well as on the facet side and beyond that, and of course, most lately, the COVID stuff, which I could walk away with because you were there, and of course, Jagdish, you were helping with
COVID,
that too,
yes, Suzanne was very instrumental.
Very appreciative of all the holes. That only has one finger. I should have probably put 10 because Suzanne always has her finger in more than one place, but that's because we always have more than one emergency at a time. But anyway, just for fun.
Of course, your friendship I will always cherish, but also your mentoring. I really feel like I've grown a lot over 20 years in all those things, in knowledge, but also in dealing with projects and people and, taking on more responsibility and stuff. So I really appreciate all the mentoring you do and your visionary capabilities, to get out of always the detail and take back up and look at the bigger picture.
That's kind of, I'll bring that to the table, but without you guys doing the other, I couldn't, you know what I mean? Because you get sucked down,
Yes.
But because you guys were so good, like I said, I think that's where we were complementary, because you could make sure all that worked and could make it happen, and I could, that freed me up to think a little bit and learn some other things that I could bring back to you all. So it's just been this incredible dynamic really across the team, but you are a really large part of that. When you walked in and saved us on middleware. What is falling apart, they're like, okay, who's going to take over this? And, the things you stepped into. So, very appreciated.
Thank you for this, too.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Keep that just like that.
Well, Lori's a hard act to follow, but I thought I knew Suzanne the longest, but I find out Jackie Willett has been here for as long as Suzanne and Bev as well. So 40 years of friend, and Judy, you were here then. Oh, you're right, you were here then. 40 years of friendship, Suzanne. It's been a wonderful ride. We had our babies together, and she's still mad at me for a remark I made in 1981. But we won't go into that.
Ah, chicken.
I said I had just had a baby, and I came back to work after 3 months, and I looked at her, and her baby was due in 2 months probably, and I said, "Are you still pregnant?" She did not like that, and admittedly, it was a nasty thing to say. I've been much nicer to pregnant women since Suzanne taught me that. But it's been wonderful working with you. It's been wonderful being your friend. And everything, I don't want to repeat everything everyone else has said, but it goes double for us.
You're all going to make me cry, so stop.